G'day folks, Workabout Waz back with another part of the Workabout Australia story that we've been really looking forward to bringing to you. We're back indoors again today because, well, it's still pretty wet in regional New South Wales. In our last video, I shared with you the importance of the weekly email bulletin for planning any short-term work or seasonal work that you might want to do when you hit the road, and that Workabout Australia Club members have access to the last 12 months worth of those bulletins in the members area of our website. Well, also contained in those weekly email bulletins is our ever popular tip of the week. Over the years, Justine has put countless hours into gathering all those tips and tricks that we know are going to be useful to you, not only while you're planning your trip, but while you're on the road as well. You'll find simple tips like recreational fishing rules from state to state, so that you don't accidentally break the rules when you cross the border and go fishing in a new state. I mentioned last time that you might want to give some thought to any tickets or certifications that might be handy while you're on the road. So you'll find tip of the week on things like getting your OH&S ticket, or your police checks or working with children checks. You'll find a tip of the week on your RSA and RCG requirements from state to state, your responsible service of alcohol and your responsible conduct of gambling. Maybe you've got an ABN already or wondering if you need one. You'll find a tip of the week on the pros and cons of hitting the road as a contractor as opposed to an employee. One of our really popular tips of the week is how to get yourself organised on the electoral roll so you don't get fined every time you miss an election at home. A couple of years ago, I was presenting a seminar at the Brisbane Caravan Camping Show and got to the part of a presentation about our tip of the week and getting yourself organised on the electoral roll. And a lady down in the second row stuck her hand up and sung out, "It's all right, I left Darwin 2 weeks before the election." I said, "Oh no." I said, "Did you pay the fine?" She said, "What fine? They don't know where I am. How are they going to find me?" I said, "Oh no." I said, "You know what happens if you don't pay the fine?" "No, what?" I said, "They cancel your driver's licence." And then she said, "Oh no." She came back and saw us at the stand at the show the next day and said, "Wow, am I in a mess now?" I said, "Why, what happened?" She said, "Well, you're right. I headed off from Darwin in my brand new 200 series Land Cruiser with my brand new caravan, and somewhere down around the bottom of Western Australia, my driver's licence got cancelled." This lady had somehow managed to get from the bottom of Western Australia all the way across the bottom of Australia, through Victoria, New South Wales to Brisbane with no driver's licence. Have you ever tried to make a claim on your car insurance with no driver's licence? I said, "Well, I guess you got off pretty lucky then, considered." She said, "Well, it gets worse." I said, "How does it get worse?" She said, "Well, I found out that when your driver's licence is cancelled or disqualified for any reason, the only way you can get it back is in person in your home state. So now I've got to find somewhere in Brisbane to park my Land Cruiser and my caravan, fly back to Darwin to get my driver's licence reinstated, fly back to Brisbane so I can drive back to Darwin." So as you can see, this one simple tip of the week makes our $55 a year for club membership look very cost effective. But without doubt, our most popular tip of the week is how to claim your trip around Australia as a tax deduction. Now, disclaimer, 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 Justine and I are not accountants or tax advisors, but we know people who are. And in the members area of our website, you'll find a link to an accounting firm who do know the rules and even run seminars on the topic from time to time. You'll also find their e-booklet called How to Claim Your Trip Around Australia as a Tax Deduction. So please head over to the Workabout Australia website, join as a club member today so that you can start taking full advantages of all of the benefits that membership has. So please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and until next time, keep building that dream life on the road.